I'm Dan Gookin, author of these books on Word, and here's today's Word tip. In a recent video, I demonstrated a trick for selecting a clutch of spaces in a row. Suppose you find yourself using this trick over and over. Control-Shift-Right, space. And again down here, Control-Shift-Right, space. Aren't computers supposed to ease repetitive pain?
This is correct.
To ease your woes, you can create a macro. In primitive computer times, the macro or macro instruction was a collection of commands stacked one after the other. These were assigned to a specific key, which you could press to rapidly execute the commands. Early versions of Word employed these recorded macros, which helped ease repetitive tasks, providing you knew the secret to how to create and play back the macros. First, you must display the Developer tab. This process is covered in another Word tip video, link appearing now. Click the Developer tab. In the Code group, these icons are your friends. The Record icon is what you use to record keystrokes, command choices, and other actions in Word. With the cursor poised to record my actions, I will click the Macro Record button. Name the macro here. Now be descriptive. Delete _spaces. Spaces aren't allowed in a macro name, so I use the underscore instead. I want to assign it to a keyboard shortcut, so click that. Click the mouse in the Press New Shortcut Key box here. As you may suppose, most of the good shortcuts are already taken. They're assigned to Windows commands. But you can bogart one of them, but no, don't do that, don't do that. Instead, I recommend using the Control and Alt keys to assign the commands. So let's try Control-Alt-S. And you see here that this particular keyboard shortcut, Control-Alt-S, is already taken by the dock split command. Bummer. Try again. Press backspace. Now try the Alt-Shift keyboard shortcuts. Let's do Alt-Shift-S. Aha! It's unassigned. This is what you want to see, unassigned. And the changes will be saved in the normal template, which is Word's master document template, meaning that this macro, this keyboard shortcut, will be available to all documents. Excellent. Assign, close. Now check out that cursor. Kids, this is a cassette tape, and so is this. And it's the same cursor icon used since the first version of Word introduced macros back in the 1940s. The Code group on the Developer tab also has changed. Stop recording and pause recording appear. And the status bar may also show you the macro is recording, this icon here, though it may not show up if you haven't configured it to do so. Windows is listening. Type the keyboard shortcut keys or other commands to record. In this case, Control-Shift-Right, space. Click the Stop Recording button. The macro is recorded, and it's ready to go, assigned to the given keyboard shortcut. Move to the next clutch of blank spaces, Alt-Shift-S. Well, how about that? And the next. This is macro automation in action. To review recorded macros, click the Macros button here on the Developer tab. You see all macros associated with this document, which is just the one I recorded. You can record more here, but let me show you something. Click the Edit button. Here you see the VBA, Visual Basic for Applications, code that runs the macro. These commands represent the keystrokes recorded when I made the macro. Select, move, write, one word, extend, and then type a single space. You can see how it was a better way to record this thing than to try to write this code myself. I mean, some nerd out there may have memorized all these commands, but you don't need to do so. Just record the commands as I show in this movie, and you're good. Close the VBA editor. You can record more macros in a similar manner shown in this video. Not only keystrokes, but commands you can choose from the ribbon. And if you make a mistake, you can remove the macro and start over again. So just stop recording, click this button, and then click the Macros button to view available macros. Select your goofed up macro, delete, and confirm. Stay tuned for the next Word tip video, which covers more macro mayhem, including adding a macro command button to the ribbon. Ooh.